Hello everyone. So we'll be covering today the Math Centralized Exam for Grade 4 Math CE. That's going to take place this week. So let's start. So here in this question, you can see that we'll be following the rule of PEMDAS. Now, what is PEMDAS? Is that whenever you have a question with more than one operation, you'll be following this rule. Now, what does this rule mean? P is parenthesis, E is any number to the exponent, then you'll be doing this. So first, the question has parentheses, you'll be doing that. Then the exponents, then the multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction, right? So now in here, what do you do is that when you're following these questions, first you will solve this. What do you get? 28 plus 14. 8 plus 4 is 12. 2, 3, 4, 42. 42 minus 5. Let's do that as well. So here, whenever you have addition and subtraction, you're going from left to right. Keep that in mind. So whenever you have both of the operations, addition and subtraction, you'll be going from left to right. And that's why I did 28 plus 14 first, which gave me 42. Then 42 minus 5, because I'm going from left to right. 42 minus 5 is 37. Okay, so the answer here that you're supposed to get 37. And the answer that you will choose below where the parenthesis is placed, because that's what they're testing here. Where will you place the parenthesis and what operations will be there? So look, they also changed the operations. It's plus minus here, it's minus minus here, or plus plus here. So you're supposed to, what's the easiest way of doing this? You'll solve these, and wherever you get 37 as the answer, that's going to be the correct option. Okay, so let's do that. Let's look for 37. I will do it with you, so it'll become easier. So let's start. You can always do the questions while I'm doing them. You can pause, solve the questions yourself, and then continue with me. If you have any questions, please comment down below, or you can book a session with me as well. You have my email. So the email will be in the description below. So let's start. The first one, 28 minus 14. 8 minus 4 is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1, 14. So 14 minus 5. Again, remember, I will do what's in the parentheses first, and then I will be getting 14 in the first one and minus 5. I can take it out of the parentheses. Now what will I do? Solve it from left to right. So 14 minus 5 is 9. There you go. The first one you get 9. Sorry. Then let me erase everything so it doesn't get confusing. The next one, 28 plus 14 is in parentheses, so we'll be doing that first. 8 plus 4 is 12. 2, 3, 4, 42. 42 plus 5. 42 plus 5 is going to give me 47. No, that's not the answer because our answer is 37. So this will be 37. This isn't the answer either. Now 28. 14. Sorry, the 14 plus 5. Why? Because that's in parentheses. So 14 plus 5 is 19. Remember, I'll erase everything else so it becomes easier. So we did what's in the parentheses first, 14 plus 5, which is 19. 19 plus 28 is, let's write it properly. So 28 plus 19, because now we'll write it like this. Remember, 14 plus 5 is 19. So now you're getting 28 plus 19. 28 plus 19. So now you can go from left to right. 8 plus 9 is 17, 7 at the bottom, 2 up, 2, 3, 4, 47. For the above as well. So this is in the answer, this is in the answer. The next one, 28, okay, 28 plus 14 minus 5 in the bracket. So 14 minus 5 is 9. So now we can take it out of the parentheses, 28 plus 9. 28 plus 9 is, we get 17, 1 up, 2, 3. Good job. This is here, you'll find the answer. And then the next one, let's try that as well. Okay, let me erase everything so it becomes easier. Now we're just going to solve the last two to find out which one gives us 37. So this one is correct because this gave us 37. Let's try the next one. 14 plus 5, we know it's 19. 28 minus 19. 9 and 0. This one is, so we can't choose this because it's 9. The last one, 28 plus 14, will give us 8 plus 4 is 12. 2, 3, 4, 42 minus 5. Minus 5 gives us 37. There you go. So 37, right? So this one is correct as well because they gave us 37. Now you will notice that the option that we chose, they have the same operation. This was positive and then there's negative. Again, there was positive and then there was negative. They just changed where the parenthesis was, okay? So keep that in mind. That will help you. The next one. In this one, how will you do this? They want us round each of the following numbers to the nearest 10. So remember, right here is 0 and 2. Why did I write this 0 here? Because 2, this number does not have a tens place value. It only has units where the 2 is, and the tens is 0. Now, remember the two things you're supposed to look. Here, first you saw which number is holding the tens place value, which was 0. And then we look if the number beside it, so if they said nearest 10, so you won't look at the tens, you look at the number beside it, which is the units, it's 2. If it's 5 or more than 5, or it's if it's 4 or less than 4. So you'll be looking at this. So here it's 4 or less than 4. So we will make it 0. Okay, it will be rounding downwards to 0. The next one, 96. Again, you will be doing the same thing. Here is the tens, here's the units. The 6, let me write that again. It's 5 or more than 5. Yes, it is. It is 6. So we'll be adding plus 1 here. And the number beside it will be making it 0. So then it will be 100 because we added plus 1 there. Next is 478. 478. Again, you'll be looking at the tens place, units, tens, hundreds, the tens. Look at the number beside it. It's 8. It's 5 or more than 5, right? 8 falls in that. So you'll be adding plus 1 here. So it will be 4, 8, and this number will become 0 because we're doing it to tens. So it'll always end in 8, a 0 at the end. The number itself will become a 0. So we'll do it here, 480. 480. The next one, 1352. Okay, so here, this is our units, tens, hundreds, and thousands, right? So where is our tens value? 5. Look at the number beside it. Now here, it's 4 or less than 4, right? So this is less than 4. So what happens here? We won't add the plus 1 and this will become 0, right? Because we're rounding to the nearest tens. So it will end in a 0. 1350. What do I mean by it will end in a 0 is that tens also has 1 0 after it. The same thing will happen when you're rounding them. And that's what happened, right? We ended it in 0. The number, the tens, the number beside it ended in 0 in all of them. Even if they rounded up or they rounded down. Okay, let's go to the next one. Again, what are they asking here? They're asking us to round. Now round to the nearest 100. So 5, 6, let's write it again. This is units, this is tens. And again, here, our hundreds is 0. Now look, this is our hundreds, holding the place of 0. Now let's look at the number beside it's 5. Remember what I said that when it's 5 or more than 5, we'll plus 1. So we'll plus 1 here, it will become 1. And then the next two numbers will become 0. And across them become 0. So 1, 0, 0. 100. Now 937. 937. Again, you will be writing above hundreds, tens, units. Then go to the hundreds and look at the number beside it's tens, right? So what will we do? 3 is 4 or less than 4. It falls in this category. So what will we do? We will not add plus 1 and we'll make these two 0. The next one, it's 2601. Units, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Now here, what happens is that you look at the 6. Okay, you see the number beside it? It's 4 or less than 4, right? So it's going to, these two numbers are going to become 0, but not 2. 2 will stay in its place. Because why? We're doing to the nearest 100. And this numbers, and what is hundreds? Hundreds ends in 0. So we'll be making the next two numbers 0. So 2600. You'll be cancelling the number beside it and making them zeros. The next one, 10,999. Again, 10 units, tens, hundreds, thousands, ten thousands. Okay, so you'll be going at the hundreds, you'll be looking at the number beside it, it's 5 or more than 5, we'll be adding plus 1. So if we add plus 1 here, what will happen? Plus 1 here, it will be 11,000. Okay, why are we making it 11,000? Because when you add plus 1 here, remember, it becomes a 10. So this 10 will also be adding plus 1 in here. Okay, keep that in mind. So whenever you have 9 here, and the number beside it is 5 or more than 5, it adds plus 1 here, becomes 10. And that 10, you can't write 10, 10. That will be wrong, right? So you'll be adding the plus 1 from here, the plus 1 that you get from here to here. It will become 11,000 and the rest of it all becomes 0. 0, 0, 0. The next one, here to the nearest thousand, 6, 6, 9, 1. 6, 6, 9, 1, what happens here? Again, you're going to the nearest thousand. So units, tens, hundreds, thousands. So now you're going to the nearest 10,000, you're going to do the same thing. Go to the thousands, look at the number beside it. If it's more than 5, we'll plus 1 and make the rest of the number 0. So 2 steps you're supposed to do. 7,000, sorry. Now here, 99,542. 542 is here whenever you have thousands, so units, tens, hundreds, thousands, it's what? It will add the plus 1 here. We'll follow the same rule we did previously. Now 9, you cannot have 9, 10, 0, 0, 0. That will make it incorrect because we're rounding it to the nearest thousands. So this 9, when it becomes 10, it will be adding a plus 1 here, and the rest of the numbers will all become 0. So this will become 0, this will become 0, this will become 0, and this will become 0, and this will become 10. Okay? So how many, what will we have here? 10, and then 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can see here, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep this rule in your mind. Let's go to the next one. 7, 4, 6. You're supposed to do the same thing. 3, 0, 0. Go to the thousands, units, tens, hundreds, thousands. You look at the number beside it. It's 3. It's 4 or less than 4. 7, 4, 6, and then 0, 0, 0. Okay, now the next one do we have is, what are we rounding to the nearest 100,000? So 54,219. This is units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. Okay, so here we don't have 100 thousands, which is 0. But look at the number beside it, and what is it? Plus 1, right? So the rest of plus 1, so the rest of it will all become 0. It will be 1, all of this, 0, 0, 0, 0, cross them and make them zeros, 0, 0, and 0. So it will be 1, 0, 0, and with 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. There you go, you have this answer, 1, 0, 0, and then 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. Be careful when you're entering the zeros, so you don't make a mistake. 77, 8, 3, 6, 5. Nearest 100,000, units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and then hundreds, thousands. Okay, again, you look at the number beside it, 8, and then you make the rest of it all zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. So how many is that going to be? 8, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 5 zeros, right? So you see there are 5 numbers, so all turn into 0. Now 3, 3, 9, 6, 0, 5, 0. Please keep in mind the base values of each number, only then you can do these successfully. So it will be units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, Okay, so here we have reached our goal 100,000. So we'll look at the number beside it. What is that? 9. And this will become plus 1, so 4. So 3, 4. The rest of the numbers, all zeros. 3, 4. This will become 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. So 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? Yes, just counting the zeros to make sure. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always count the zeros. Okay, let's go to this one. Now, any number, if you're adding it to a 0, will be the number itself, right? So it will be 49. Any number subtracting from 0 with the number itself. Then here 15 minus 15 will be 0, and 37 plus 0 is 37. Let's go to the next one. Again here, what did we learn about PEMDAS? We do what's in the bracket first. So what's in the bracket? 15 plus 3. 15 plus 3 is 18. Then you put 18 here, so you read it like this. 107 minus, there's a bracket, 62 minus 18, and then close the bracket, right? So 62 minus 18, 5 here, 12 here, 12 minus 8, 4, 5 minus 1, 4. So 44, right? And then 107 minus 44, right? So it will be 0 here, 10 here, 3, 10 minus 4 is 6. So what is the answer here? Our answer is 63. Good job. So this is how you're supposed to do this, following the rule of PEMDAS that I said initially. Now the next one, what will you do? 25 minus 8. Okay, 25 minus 8, sorry. This will become 1, this will become 15. Now what is 15 minus 8? 7, 17. We bring the 1 down, drop it down 17. Now remember, always rewrite it so it becomes easy for you. 9 plus 17 minus 3. Right? So what will this give me? Sorry, the 3 is kind of written weird. So 17 plus 9. 6 here, 1 at the bottom, 26. 26 minus 3 is 3. 44 minus 3. Sorry, 44. Sorry, 44 minus 23. Sorry, not 3, 23. 44 minus 23. It's going to give me 1 and 2 here. 21. There you go, that's your answer. I'm doing these with you so it'll become easier and you understand them the best way. Here, now 55, any number multiplied by 0 is 0. Then you have, let's start, 0 divided by 0, you cannot do that, so we'll put 999. Any number multiplied by 7 is the number itself, 72. 18, so the number at the top, if it's divided by 1, it will be equals to that number, so it will be 18. So if, let me explain this further, so if it's 17 over 1, it will be 17, okay? 16 over 1, any number with the numerator, the number, and at the bottom there is 1, so there will be the number itself, the numerator. So 0 times anything multiplied by 0 gives you 0, so it can never be 1. So it will be 888. So they're saying that if any number is possible, sorry, this will be 999. So if the operation is not possible, enter 9, and because it's not possible, no number multiplied by 0 gives you 1. It'll always be 0. So this is with any number is possible. So 888, right? So any number multiplied by 0 will give you 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, any number you input here, it will always give you 0. So any number is possible. Here, again, you will do what's in the parentheses first. Okay, so 6 minus 2 is 4. Let me write it. 6 minus 2 is 4, so 9 times 4 will give you 36. Sorry, it's not typing. 36. The next one, 12 minus 8 is 4. 28 divided by 4 is 7. The next one, 7 plus 4 is what? It's our 11, so 11 times 11 will give us 121. The next one, 8 divided by 2 is 4, 32 divided by 4 is 8. Here, 13 minus 5. Now look here, there's no parenthesis. But what have they've given us here? So let's write PEMDAS again. PEMDAS here, okay? So what do you do here? First, you do what's in the multiplication, because that's what comes first. So multiplication, 5 times 2, which is 10. 13 minus 10 is, then you go from left to right. Remember, I'll explain this again. 5 times 2, first you're supposed to do multiplication first. You got 13 minus 10, right? Now you go from left to right, because you have only subtraction here. So 13 minus 10 gives us 3. The next one, what is there, is that we have what is called 18 divided by 3 and 3 times 2. Again, when you have both multiplication and division, both of them, multiplication and division, you will go from left to right. Left to right. Okay, so 18 divided by 3. So 18 divided by 3, what will that give us? And then we multiply that by 2. So if you got 18 divided by 3, you got 6. That's correct. Times, so we can rewrite it so it would be easier. So 10 plus 6 times 2 minus 4. So 6 times 2 is 12. So 10 plus 12 minus 4. Now, again, you'll go from left to right. Okay, because now you're only left with addition and subtraction. Previously, you had multiplication. So you had to do that first. So 10 plus 12 is 22 minus 4. Across the side, you get 1. You get 12 up there. 18. Okay, let me just write the answer, 18. And let's go to the last one. So now again, you have multiplication here. So you'll go from left to right in the multiplication. First, you will do the multiplication, yes, but you'll go from left to right. So 65 minus 40 plus, what's 3 times 4? 12 minus 7. So what will you do now? You have left to right, because now you're only left with addition and subtraction. So 65 minus 40, that gives you 5 to 25 plus 12. 7, 37, and then 37 minus 7 gives you 30. So that's your answer. Okay, now what are you supposed to do? Understand this. This can be confusing for some students, because when I was tutoring one of my students in grade 2, this was confusing for her. So let's start. So estimate the difference by rounding to the highest place value of larger number. Sorry, grade 4. So estimate the difference by rounding to the highest place value of larger number. So they want us to round, but to the highest place value of the larger number. Now check which one is the larger number. 914 is larger than 118. So we'll be following the place value, the highest place value of 914. Now this one is in the hundreds. The highest place value is hundreds. 118 also, it has the hundreds value. So we can round both of them. Okay, so 9, look at it the next. 914 will become 900. Because the number beside it is 4 or less than 4. So we round downwards. We make the both numbers beside it zeros. So zeros. And then here also the same thing. 1, and you look at the number beside it, will be less than 4 or less than 4. So we'll make it 0. So 900 minus 100 gives us 800. Now the next one. Here, the larger number is 4318, right? The larger number is 4318. But what do you do here? In the next number, you have 95. Now 95 has no, like here in 4318, the highest place value is what? Thousands. We don't have any thousands here. We have to add a lot of zeros, and that's incorrect. You cannot, 1 0 is fine if they're looking for the hundreds, right? Or for the thousands, sorry. But here, they're looking for the thousands, and sorry, let me repeat this again. Here, when you have the highest place values 4318, units, tens, hundreds, and thousands. If it's 95, like we studied previously, if they're looking for the number of hundreds, so we can easily add it here as 0, but they're not looking for hundreds, they're looking for thousands. So we have to add an azindi, and this is not allowed. So what are you supposed to do? You just take this number, you round it. This will become, look at the number here, 3. 3 is less than 4. I mean 4 or less than 4, it's included in that. So you'll be doing 4, and the rest of the numbers will all become 0. So there will be 4000 minus 0. We will not consider this, we'll just make it 0, and the answer automatically becomes 4,000. So there you go. 61,513 minus 17,280. Now you can see the highest place value, units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. The same thing on the other side, units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. You see both of them have the same highest place value, so you can do that here. So 6, look at the number beside it, right? So what does that give me is 6. The number is 0 because like 1 is 4 or less than 4. It's included in that. So we round downwards. All the numbers will become 0. 0, 0, 0, and 0. It's like punishment for them. So all of them become 0 and doesn't add to 6. So 60,000 and then minus 17, because remember there is 10,000s here as well. Thousands and then 10,000s. So 1, look at this. This will be rounding up. So we'll be adding plus 1 here. So it's 2, and then all of them will become 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. So 60,000 minus 20,000, what will that give us? 40,000. 1, 2, 3. Now the next one here, you have 47317, right? Here you'll be rounding. The highest place value is, what is this? The highest place value is units, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s, right? And here for the next one, we only have it till thousands. So we'll be making this into 0. Okay, and this one, we'll be rounding it because this is the large number, and we consider that with the highest place value, which is the 10,000s. So we'll be rounding it upward, which is 50,000, right? We add plus 1 here. So it'll be 5, and then the rest we just make it 0, 0, 0, 50,000. There you go. Let's go to the next one. The same thing we will do here. Which one is 41 and 48? Both have the larger number is 48, so the highest base value is tens here as well. So this will be rounding downwards because it has 1, which is 4, or it's included in 4 or less. It will become 40, and 48 will be rounding upwards because it has 8. So 8 is included in 5 or 5 and up. Remember, we look at these two things. We look at what the place value, what number is beside it, and where does it fall. So if it's 5 and up, it will be rounding upwards, which is 50. So right, you will be adding them. So what is that you're adding them? 50 plus 40 gives you 90. Just let me write it here. Then let's go to the next one. Okay, let's go and round the next one. Now what do we have here? Here we're going to look at, what is the question here? 496 plus 31. Remember here we have no hundreds. Okay, there's a 0 here, so we cannot consider it here. We're just going to follow this one. 4 is here, it's in the hundreds. They want us to round. The 9 is here, and the 9 is a 5 or more than 5. So this becomes 500, and this one automatically becomes 0. We won't be rounding this. So 500. The next one is 17,280 plus 32906. Now here, the highest base value, both of them have the same highest base value, so you can do that here. What do I mean by the both of them? Here also, it's 10,000s, 10,000s, T 10,000s, and the same thing is here, T 10,000s. So we'll be looking at the number beside it for both of them. You can see in this one, it's 2. It will be plus 1, you'll be adding because it's 5 or more than 5. So 2, 0, 0, 0, 0. And for the next one, it's 3, right? And it will be converted, this will become 0 because it's 4 or less than 4. So we'll be rounding downwards. So 3, 0, 0, 0, 0. So 30,000. So 20,000 plus 30,000, we know that becomes 50,000. 50, 1, 2, 3. The next one you have is the last one. Let's see that. We have, 36, 512 plus 4,000. Now the larger number has a place value of units, tens, hundreds, sorry, here 10,000s, sorry, thousands, and then 10,000s, right? The same thing here, it's only falls till thousands. So we won't be considering this one. This will automatically become 0. And the next one, 36,512, will be rounded. Let's see where it rounds. We look at the number beside it. It's 5 or more than 5. So what does that become? We plus 1. So 4, 0, 0, 0, 0, 40,000. 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, let's start for the next one. 13. Okay, so what multiplied by 5? Now remember, keep in your mind the multiplication. The multiplication, we know that what multiplied by 5 gives us 45, it's 9. What multiplied by 10 gives us 30, it's 3. With 8, it's 11. And 12, it's 7. Keep the multiplications in your mind when you have questions like these. Now remember, whenever we're looking for the exponent, count the number of zeros you have, even the first zero. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be 5. 10 to the power of 5. The next one, sorry, I'll just be putting the 5 here. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 zeros. So we'll be putting 10 at the bottom. Count the first zero as well. Okay, in this one, what will you do? If you don't automatically get what this is, look at the examples. Look, after 53, there were 3 zeros, 3 written up here, and there were 3 zeros at the bottom. Automatically, just add that. 53, 0, 0. The next one, there are 4 zeros after written up, so you'll be adding after 53, 4 zeros. 53, 0, 0, 0. Sorry. So, and then this one, 680, and then at the end, they only want you to add 5 zeros. So, 680, 0, 0, 0, 0. So count how many zeros there are. After 680, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to add another 0. Now it's complete. 5 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. The next one, you have 300 and you'll be adding 3 zeros after it. You can see it's written 3 above in here. So we'll be adding 3 zeros. This will be 3, 0, 0 and then 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Be careful for this one. The zeros can be sometimes confusing. So now here, 5 times 5. First you will do 5 times 5, which is 25, and then just add the 0. Again, 6 times 9, what do you get? For 6 times 9, you get 54. And then you just add the zeros, 0, 0. Next one, 7 times 5. What do you get? 7 times 5 is 35. And then you add the zeros, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. 12 times 4 is 48. And then you add the zeros. How many zeros are 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 zeros. The next one here, now of course, what are they? They're teaching you what they did initially, right? Estimate the product by rounding each factor to nearest 10. Now each factor, not the larger one, each factor. So 8 and 37, you round both of them. So 8 will be rounded to 10 because it's 5 or more than 5. It falls in this range. And 37, you look at the second number. So 37, this is your tens, this is your units. You look at the tens, you go to the tens, and then look at the number beside it, which is 7. So it's 5 or more than 5, it falls in that range. So you'll be rounding upwards, which is 40, which they already did for you. So 40 times 10, 400. You multiply 4 times 1 and then just add the zeros. The next one, 49 times 93. Remember? So what are they doing? For 93, they already did it for you. 93. 3 falls in the number 4 or below 4. So it goes downward. It just becomes 0, no adding 1. And 49, it's 5 or more than 5, so it rounds upward. So we plus 1, so it will be 50. So 50 times 90. So 50 times 90, which is going to give you 450. The next one, 73 times 9, you're just supposed to multiply these two together. What will you get here is 657. The next one, 689 times 2, you get 1378. I'll do the second one with you, so it'll become easier. 2 is here, 9 times 2 is 18, 8, 1 here, 16, 17, 7 down, 1 up, 6 times 2, 12, 13. There you go, you got the answer. You can do it with the same thing above. Okay. Now this one, 362 times 52. you get 18, 824. The next one you will get 248, 556. Now you can also solve this by multiplying 538. I'll do the larger one with you, times 462. Okay, so here what do you get? 2 times 8 is 16, 6 up here, 2, 6, 7, 5 times 2 is 12. You cross this out, you put a 0 here, 6 times, 6 times 8 is 48, 8 down here, 4 up. 6 times 3 is what? It's 18 plus 4, 2 here, 2 at the bottom. 6 times 5 is 30, 32, 2 here and 3 here. Good job. Now we cross out this as well. Cross this, cross this. Then we have 4. Now we have 2 cross, so we put 2 zeros at the bottom. 8 times 4 is what? It is your 32, 2 here, 3 up. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 3, 21, 1 here, 2 up. Wait, what am I doing? Sorry, my bad. I think I made a mistake. Okay, so 8 times 4 gives you 32, 2 up, 3 up. 4 times 3 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. Okay, sorry, let me do the bottom one again. Okay, so we added the 2 zeros, and then we have 8 times 4. Sorry, excuse me. 8 times 4 is 32, 2 here, up 3 here. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3, 15, 5 down, 1 here, up here. 5 times 4 is 20, 21. Then we just add all of these, okay? And you get 2, 6, 5, 5 here, 15, then 2, 4, 5 again. Then you get 8, 8, 3, 4, and then 2. There you go, you got the answer. Sorry, my throat went bad a bit in between. Okay, now let's look at this. The same thing you will do here. Try to attempt it. And the answer will be 26350. Of course, if you don't understand, there's always my comments, and you can also email me, book a call on Calendly. I'm always available, okay? So 6 times 6 is 2. 11 times 11 times 11, it will be 3. You're supposed to count the number, it's being repeated. The number of times it's being repeated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times here. And then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times here. Let's go to the next one. Here, of course, you will be multiplying 3275 by 100. Sorry. When we multiply, we just add the number of zeros. So 3275, 0, 0. And now, after you solve it, because they want you to multiply first, then you check where the thousand place of the product is. So the product is this when you're done multiplying it. So this is the units, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Where is the thousands? It's 7. Okay, thank you for your time. Again, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you want a session with your friends or with yourself, please do book a call or email. Okay, send me a message on the email. Take care of yourselves. We're done with Maths